my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we, baby? Yes, yes, yes. We have new t-shirts, my darlings. We have our Powerpuff Superwoman. It had to be her. It could not be anybody else. As you very well know, she is the first and front and center of every episode, and she represents us. She represents all of us. She represents our strength. She represents our fabulosity. She represents eating our salads and minding our business. And baby, what is delayed is not denied. We have come out with the baby blue, and when you turn around, we have what is delayed is not denied. We did longer sleeves this time around for our girlies. For those of you that are conscious of your upper arms, I got you, mama. We also have what? The crew neck, so that you are comfortable with your limousine girlies and you can go everywhere and anywhere. We have no tags. Instead, I made sure that it was a print so that you have no reactions. There you go, my darlings. Are we living and loving? Beautiful cotton. Might I add that we ship internationally. We have it in our beautiful sky blue for a punch of color for spring. We also have it in cream, my darlings. Yes, yes, yes. And sizes small to 4X. I went out yesterday. Was it day before yesterday? And when I tell you the amount of compliments that I got, I screamed. I was like, is there something that I do not know? And I was so impressed with the amount of guys that said, I need this for my mom, I need this for my wife, I need it for my girlfriend, for my sister, for my cousins. And they just kept on asking. I was at the mall, and it was unbelievable. You can tuck her in. It's a long tee, and you will absolutely what? Absolutely love her. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy. Yes, darlings, the links are below. Go ahead and get yours. If we sell out, I will order more. All right? Love you, and thank you. Mwah. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? Some of you might have joined this channel when I covered the Shanquella Robinson case. And as you very well know, it's a case that has always been very dear to my heart because we want justice for Shanquella. The other day, I was going through the comment section, and one of you had said that the case had been opened and the Cabo 6 were to show up in court. I said, what? How come I did not hear about this? So I did a little checking, and it is absolutely true. Listen to this. The civil lawsuit was reprimanded to the Mecklenburg County Court in North Carolina to proceed at the state level. The family continues to seek transparency and accountability as no trial has yet been scheduled. The group of travel companions known as the Cabo 6 who were present during the death of Shanquella Robinson in Mexico are facing a wrongful death lawsuit in North Carolina court. Here are the specific recent developments in the case. Court location. The civil lawsuit was originally filed in the state court, briefly moved to federal court when the FBI and the U.S. State Department were sued, and was remanded back to the Mecklenburg County Superior Court. Civil dismissal hearings. Members of the Cabo 6, such as Imani Green, formerly known as Daejhanae Jackson, have been appearing in court, repeatedly filing motions to have the civil lawsuit against them dismissed. Criminal status. While Mexican authorities classified Robin's death as a femicide and issued an arrest warrant, no one has been extradited to Mexico or criminally charged on the U.S. soil. The U.S. Department of Justice previously announced that the federal evidence did not meet the threshold required for U.S. prosecution or international extradition. Let me just play this for you so that we can listen together.
Right now, a civil lawsuit tied to the death of Shanquella Robinson is back in Mecklenburg County Court.
And now one of the so-called Cabo 6 defendants is fighting to have the wrongful death claim against her thrown out altogether. Jesse Pierre was there for the hearing and is now live in Uptown for us.
Yeah, Jesse, so today's argument sounded like they were less about what happened in Mexico, more about whether there are proper legal steps here in the United States.
That's exactly right. Now, today's hearing really centered around defendant Imani Green, formerly known as Daejhanae Jackson, and whether she was properly and timely served in this lawsuit. Now, Green did not appear in court, but her attorneys, her lawyers, argued that Robinson's family missed some key legal deadlines.
There's nowhere that the defendants in this case are going to be able to hide from justice.
Wednesday's hearing marked the latest chapter in the civil lawsuit filed by the family of Shanquella Robinson, the Charlotte woman who died during the 2022 trip to Cabo. The case drew national attention after videos surfaced showing Shanquella violently beaten by her so-called friends before her death. Mexican authorities identified Imani Green as the aggressor and issued an arrest warrant, although no arrest or extradition followed. In court, attorneys for Green argued the case should be dismissed because Robinson's attorneys failed to serve her within the required legal time frame. Robinson's family attorneys pushed for the case to move forward, arguing there were several challenges serving Green, adding they even hired a private investigator to track her down, claiming Green's efforts were to evade liability in this case.
Initially, we filed the case under a different name before she changed her name. Then she changed her place of residence apparently, but didn't officially change it. So there's been multiple hurdles.
Attorney Sue Ann Robinson also argued the case moving from federal court back to state court created delays, but in the end they are confident in their case.
We all know what occurred. We saw it on video, and it's a very unique case. So we understand the issues that the courts are wrestling with from state court to federal court and now back to state court.
Now, the judge did not make a ruling today, but decided that he will review everything and make a decision at a later date. Guys?
Jesse, thank you for that. One final question here. We know that there was also a motion to stay that was filed in this case. What can you tell us about that?
So that was filed by another defendant to have the case heard in Mexico where the alleged crime happened. But Robinson's attorneys say that is just another attempt to delay or get the case dismissed altogether, adding that all of the defendants in this case all live here in the U.S. That motion was continued until July 22nd. Back to you.
Jesse, thank you.
Before I continue, let me applaud the mother. But you know, again, that's a mother's love. I pray for her. I pray for her health. I pray for her mental health. I pray for her stability to keep going, fighting justice for her daughter. It must be excruciating. It must be absolutely excruciating. And to think all 6 of them live in the United States, going on with their lives. It's as if nothing happened. Well, I am here to keep it alive. That is for sure. So let us go back. I just want to go back and call out the Cabo 6. Their names, because you see they're deflecting. Daejhanae Jackson is going back and forth. She's evading. Oh, you missed this. Oh, you missed that. They're trying to just jump around so that they're not dragged into court. As far as I am concerned, let's break it bit by bit. Maybe that's the way the lawyers have to do it. Small wins. What we saw was assault. Let's go for the assault. From the assault, we'll keep going block by block by block. So that way, at least we grab them. At least we what? At least we grab them. We have the civil lawsuit originally filed by Shanquella's mother, bless her heart, Solamandra Robinson, names all 6 travel companions. In addition to Imani Green, formerly known as Daejhanae Jackson, several other defendants have hired legal counsel and requested that the court throw the case out. The audacity. Alisa Hyatt and Winter Donovan, both defendants, filed motion to dismiss, mirroring the jurisdictional arguments. They formally argue that North Carolina courts completely lack proper jurisdiction because the event took place in Mexico. Child, please. Then we have Khalil Cook. He also filed a motion to dismiss on the grounds of improper venue. He defends assets that trying this case in North Carolina is functionally unfair because it happened where? It happened none other than in Mexico. Because the medical files, police investigators, and primarily witnesses are located internationally, also known as Mexico. This happened in Mexico, so for you to come and try us here in the United States is unfair. You were there. You saw what happened. Some of you sat back while this woman was beaten to a pulp, and you did nothing. For that alone, we go to court. Malik Dyer and Nazir Wiggins, while they have generally denied the allegations in legal filings, their participation has primarily been geared toward avoiding personal liability. The lawsuit accuses all 5 of these companions of a civil conspiracy to cover up the assault, what did I say, and to hide evidence from the family. Any update I will keep up here onto this channel, and I swear an oath to Salamandra, to Shanquella's mother, I swear to you, I will do everything in my power to keep this story alive. We have to get some kind of justice, because you cannot have these 5 people to come back from Mexico, live their lives after we saw what they did to anybody for that matter. No, we continue to push. So let us pray for Shanquella's mother, for Shanquella's father, that we get justice for her. It's not the end. It's a long road, but that's what ultimately will make this a very sweet success at the end. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love. You know, because of what happened to Shanquella, I will never ever go on a group vacation. It's just, can you imagine when they were doing this to her, which is one? Can you imagine the horror of seeing her so-called other friends watching as this was happening to her? I don't know any other way that is as horrific to die. I don't. You were attacked so unexpectedly. Wow. Father, forgive us, for we know not what we do.
Hi guys, my name is ENITAN, hair coach. I am UK's first ever hair coach and a trichologist. We are a team of trichologists and hair coaches here in W6 London, and we help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else has failed. We look after those who have chronic scalp concerns, flaky, itchy scalp that's been going on for many years. We help those that have hair loss that has progressed instead of improved, and we help those that just generally want to have a better understanding of better quality hair, length, volume, and reduce that dryness. Visit us by clicking